Today we're going to look at how an organization can achieve the perfect balance between control and agility of Office 365 groups with AvePoint solutions. In our scenario, Patty's trying to put together a team of executive members to prepare for board meetings, collaborate on content, and make major decisions for Contoso. Typically, Patty would navigate to the People section to get started in creating an Office 365 group. She can see a list on the left of all the groups that she's a member of, and right there, there's the ability to trigger the creation of a new group. And it's very easy. She can type in a name, the system validates the name and makes sure everything's okay, and then she can specify additional information like a description, configure privacy settings, specify a language, and configure some additional settings. Now, while this is very simple and easy for Patty, this causes a lot of concern amongst the IT organization. How do we enforce naming conventions? How do we ensure the privacy settings are appropriate for the business purpose of the content? And there are many hidden settings that aren't easy to control or visible to Patty when it comes to Office 365 groups. We're going to take a look at some ways AvePoint can help you control that today. This time, we'll use governance automation so that Patty can make a similar request to the one in Office 365. Many of the critical settings have been configured for Patty by IT instead. We can see here that the user cannot choose to modify the privacy settings of the group along with numerous other choices. For example, Patty's not the group owner of her group, the IT admin is. Once the request is locked in, the group can be provisioned automatically or after going through an approval process. Now that Patty has filled out her request, let's take a look at what this looks like from the IT user's point of view. When I log in as the administrator, I can go to a to-do list quickly and notice that Patty's request for the review board has shown up. As long as it's following the appropriate policy, I can go ahead, choose the request, and approve it. That's it. IT has made sure that the group is being provisioned with the appropriate policy, validated it, made sure that the user was making an appropriate request, and signed off. That's all that needs to be done. Now Patty just has to wait for a group to be provisioned. Switching back to Patty's view, we can see all of the requests that she's made in the past. Her request for the review board was approved by IT, and she can see the status and the details here. We can see that on the back end, governance automation is already provisioning the Office 365 group for her. We can also see that many of the security and controls that we wanted in place are properly established. Privacy is set, content replication is disabled, external users can't be reached, and the administrator is the owner of the group, and Patty and Adele are members of that group. This group will last for 90 days, and after 90 days, Patty can either make a request to extend the lease and the life cycle of that group, or the group can be marked for deletion or archival. Once the entire process is complete, Patty's able to go back to Office 365, and her executive review board is right there. We can see that Adele has been added as the appropriate member, and that Patty is a member, not an owner. When we go to the owner section, we see that the administrator is in full control.